Welcome to the 10th inning. Dennis Cook wanted no part of it. Brad Ausmus insured it. And so for the third time in 4 games, once each day, we're going to extra innings. And it's Jermaine Allensworth leading off for New York. A Wagner fastball sits high. Allensworth to be followed by Luis Lopez and Ray Ordonez. I don't like it, Bobby. Even after the Ausmus home run.
No, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, let me use the different word. You've got to appreciate the theater that this series has been.
If the Mets win, he'll appreciate it. If the Mets don't win, no appreciation.
Oh, he had a smile, though. 1 and 2. Even after the events of the bottom of the ninth, Bobby was still able to crack a little smile.
Probably a nervous smile. He'd rather be in the clubhouse right now.
Allensworth, a leadoff base hit. So the Mets have a speedy base. Oh, Allensworth on his way to second. Big throw. Allensworth's going to have to go back. Good thing he had those brakes checked.
How about that? The very steady Moises Alou, and the ball gets under his glove. Ball wasn't hit that hard, got into left field. Rolling, 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 and it kept on rolling right through his legs.
So that ball was rolling, rolling, rolling. And now Luis Lopez is going to be bunting, bunting, bunting with Allensworth down at second.
That's a huge break for the Mets. And Allensworth almost ran himself into the first out. I thought he was going for it.
Lopez has to peel away from a high, hard one.
And one thing about Wagner, he throws so hard and he likes to pitch up. It's tough to bunt a guy that throws that hard and pitches up. Watch Bobby Valentine. Watch his reaction when the ball gets through. He's trying to control himself.
He almost looked like a football coach for a moment, trying to speed up a runner going down the sideline. Allensworth leads from second. Lopez nicked the third baseman, handle the bunt. That's what he wanted to do, and the throw dug out by Bagwell.
He bunted that ball, got it down on the ground, and Allensworth goes to third.
I think Lopez turned an ankle.
Yep, he's limping back to the dugout, but he'll be getting how up, boy, he's in trouble. You got to stop jogging. Fred Hina, the head trainer of the Mets, is out in front of the dugout waiting for Lopez. He'll get congratulations, but might have to come out of the ball game. He's in pain.
Great punt. Bye, Louis.
Now Lopez bunted him over. Here's Ordonez. Infield in, runner at third.
Lopez going down to first base, and that's a good bunt. Tough bunt. Hustling down to first. Jam his foot on the base. I guess he did. He hit the top of the base. Tough to get him out of that lineup.
You even think about a squeeze here with the infield up. Artificial turf. Not Ordonez. 1-1, not there.
And watch Lopez as he... Maybe, did he hit the side of the base? Maybe that's where he turned his ankle.
It'll be a 1-1 pitch. And Wagner gets it over at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And if he gets Ordonez, he's going to face Matt Franco, a left-hander, and as we mentioned earlier, it's a tough matchup, a left-hander against Billy Wagner, although Overroot did get a hit.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Allensworth at third. The infield in. Ordonez fouls it back. If Luis Lopez cannot continue, the Mets do have some options. As you look at Franco in the on-deck circle, they have Todd Haney, who's up from the minor leagues, plays second base. Tony Phillips is still in the game, plays second base. Ordonez fouls it back again.
He's going to get fastballs. At least I think he'll get fastballs right down the line. I don't think Billy Wagner's going to throw him anything but his best pitch. Wagner was hit with a line drive earlier this year, and it said that it got him to concentrate more. He's hitting the head with a line drive off the bat. He's been a better pitcher since he came back.
A bouncer to the right side. Allensworth will hold. Try to play the infield in that situation. Allensworth not running on contact, reserving a chance for Matt Franco.
Nothing you can do. Got to hold your ground. Wagner threw a breaking ball to Ordonez. It was a hanger, and he jumped at it.
So now it's Matt Franco. Fouled it back, 0-1.
This is a tough at bat for Matt. First off, he doesn't play every day. Now he's facing, well, maybe not the hardest thrower in the National League anymore since his teammate Randy Johnson came over from Seattle.
Todd Hundley. Franco again, unable to get around. It's 0-2. Will Todd get an at-bat in this game? The pitcher spot for the Mets is third. It was Olerud's spot. So now Wagner ahead. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at third. Wagner deals, and again, Franco fouls it back. He's fighting him.
Yes, he is. You tip your hat to Matt Franco. I'd be bailing. This guy's throwing the ball almost 100 miles an hour. And Matt is aggressively swinging that bat. Of course, he'd love to get a hit here for his mom on her birthday.
It'll be an 0-2 pitch. Got him. So Franco down on strikes. The Mets have the go-ahead run at second with nobody out. Can't get him home. No runs, a hit, and an error. So Piazza can go back to work, and the Mets will hope to get him another at-bat a little bit later on. Still tied.
Occasionally, time flies even faster than usual, like during the Dodge Summer Clearance, where for a limited time, Dodge Caravan, America's best-selling minivan, comes with exceptionally low 1.9 financing. Or select cash back instead, like $1,500 on Grand Caravan, or get $1,250 cash back on this Caravan, making it America's lowest-priced minivan at just under $16,900. But please hurry, while time is still on your side. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Every day, new communications companies enter the picture. And while these outsiders may try to lure you away, don't be taken. In our neck of the woods, only Bell Atlantic has the local experience and know-how to meet any communications challenge, no matter how far flung. Wild things are happening. Bell Atlantic. We'll see you there.
Mets memories are made on Fox Sports New York.
Up the middle. What a play by Ordonez. What a circle around that one.
Lewis sits on top of the ball. Ordonez, barehanded. The throw to the plate. Got him.
Mets memories happen all season long on Fox Sports New York.
Well, make sure to stay tuned whenever this one's over. 1 o'clock now is the next scheduled showing of Fox Sports News. Let's see, it's 11:30 Eastern Time. Maybe, maybe not. You never know the way these teams have battled this week, but we'll have the latest on the home run race. Steve Sachs with the Fox Scope and the benching of a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Fox Sports New York brings you Fox Sports News. And every once in a while, a pitcher has to apologize.
Oh, yeah. Billy Wagner, well, you never apologize. Being a teammate means you never have to say, I'm sorry.
So what's he telling him?
Say, I'm sorry. It's too bad.
Greg McMichael will come into the ball game here in the last of the 10th inning.
Keep in mind, McMichael has pitched Biggio tough a couple times in this series, striking him out twice.
Biggio in this game has walked twice, stolen a couple. Also grounded out and struck out. 1-0. So Turk Wendell threw in the bullpen. The Mets just did not want to use him if they could help it. And again, Michael faced the top of the order in the first game of this series. in extra innings. Fran mentioned he got Biggio on strikes.
And recently he's had real good ball movement on his fastball.
Biggio's handled him well. He's ahead of McMichael here, 2-0. It'll be Biggio, Hidalgo, and Everett against McMichael. Two and one now to Craig Biggio.
Still no score in San Diego. The Cubs and the Padres. Stay with us. We might be able to give you the final score out there in San Diego.
Terry Mulholland pitching for the Cubs against Joey Hamilton. Hit hard, but right at Lopez. 1 man away. Lopez able to hang in despite apparently turning an ankle crossing first base at the top of this inning. It's when he sacrificed Ellensworth to third. So Lopez okay, throws out Biggio. Now it'll be Richard Hidalgo.
That would be something if the Cubs-Padres game ended before this game.
Well, it's possible. The way this series has gone. And the league could change hands about 5 more times here, too. Not the league necessarily, but the Astros have that come-from-behind capability that the Mets have seemingly patented over the last month. Michael behind here 1-0. Fell behind Biggio 2-0 and came back to get him. Alfonso off the dirt. Oh, throw. Franco's got it. 2 men away. And that'll bring up Carl Everett. The only damage the Astros have done tonight has been via the home run ball. Everett with a 2-run home run gave the Astros a 2-0 lead that held up until there were 2 out, 2 on, and 2 strikes along with a couple of balls to Mike Piazza in the 9th inning.
Everett, a good fastball hitter. McMichael, a guy who changes speeds very well and relies on his changeup. Although Everett likes that ball down and McMichael pitches down.
Inside.
No score. The Cubs and the Padres, top of the 5th inning in San Diego.
Wonder what it does to a team like the Cubs on the field tonight. 2-0. They look at the scoreboard. It's sailing along. It's the 9th inning. And then you turn around again, and now it's 3-2.
It hurts, and then you have to rebound emotionally and play tough out in San Diego against those Padres.
I mean, even during the course of the game, that instant where you realize, particularly if you're the pitcher, say you're Terry Mulholland tonight, and I know you're in such a zone and your focus is such that you keep that stuff away, but yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Then there's the human aspect of it that has to enter in. 2-0 to Everett, low, ball 3.
I'm sure they couldn't believe it when that score went up that the Mets took the lead. They were very happy when they saw Brad Ausmus tying the ball game up with a home run. This wild card has kept the National League very interesting.
3-1 to Everett. Mets overshifting here against Carl Everett.
You'd have to with McMichael pitching. Doesn't throw hard.
Outside, he walked him. A 2-out walk to Carl Everett. A stolen base threat with Jeff Bagwell coming up.
And you got it. Well, let's see now. Would you put him in motion? Yeah, because Alou's going to protect Bagwell. So you put Everett in motion. He's got to get into scoring position for Bagwell. I mentioned it earlier how some teams, when you get a guy like Bagwell at the plate, you tell the runner, stay on the base, let him hit. But I would move Everett into scoring position.
Well, Bagwell handled McMichael well. If Everett steals, either way, you have to pitch to Bagwell or the next guy, Moises Alou. So that'll keep an eye on Everett. He is running. The pitch taken for a ball. Piazza's throw into center field. Everett on his way to third. And this changes everything. Block both of them. it changes everything for a couple of reasons. Now Bobby's got to think about just what you mentioned. Walking both of them. Everett got something in his eye when he slid.
Yeah, I'd walk both of them now. Here, watch Everett. Good jump. He can fly. Mets know his speed. And he steals the baseball, goes into center field. So it could turn out to be a break because Everett goes to third. You can walk Bagwell, you walk a Lou, you have a force at every base.
But you have one other problem, and that's the style of pitching exhibited by Greg McMichael. Now that you've got a runner at third, he throws that change up in the dirt and something skips past Piazza, the ball game's over.
Fine, but you still walk the good hitters. Put Bagwell on, put a Lou on, you get the bases loaded, you get 2 outs. And yes, McMichael has to pitch down low, and it's up to Mike Piazza to realize it and maybe be warned about it and live down in that dirt with that ball.
Well, I mean, regardless of whether they pitch to Bagwell or Alou or both of them or neither of them, the point is no margin for error with that change in the dirt with a winning run on third. And Bobby's going to go out and discuss the situation. What would you do? Would you walk the bases loaded?
I would walk the bases loaded. I'll tell you why. Say a ball's hit up the middle, and an infielder knocks it down. Well, you're going to force it second. Say the ball's hit in the hole. Ordonez has only played third base, so you have a force at every base. Why let Bagwell hit with a runner on third? You know how wired he is now? Or a Lou?
The other danger, of course, if you walk the bases loaded, is a walk that could win the ball game.
And well, you know what? You take that chance, and you get a major league pitcher who has to throw strikes. Bobby Valentine right now is talking to Piazza and McMichael and discussing the situation. And Bobby, I'm sure, is open-minded. He has an open mind as to whether or not to pitch the bat. If McMichael says, hey, you know what? I think I can get Bagwell, you're going to have to convince Bobby. But Bobby would allow McMichael to convince him. But the decision, the final decision, is going to be made by Bobby Valentine.
There's one other factor looming from the Astros side. If the Mets were to walk Bagwell and Alou, Ricky Gutierrez would be the scheduled hitter. Although,
Derek Bell.
That's right.
Don't care. You get a force at every base.
Well, it looks like that's where they're going. They're going to walk Bagwell for sure. Then we'll see about Alou.
Now, keep in mind, they're short on infielders, the Astros. Do you take Gutierrez out of this ball game for a pinch hitter?
Oh, we saw the kid Russ Johnson at third base yesterday.
Yeah, he's going the game.
You could always slide Bogart back to short and use Johnson at third.
I'd go right down the line. If it's Bell, that's fine. Have Bell come up to the plate, and I'd have McMichael pitch to Bell because you still have the force at every base.
Moises Alou coming up. Will they pitch to him?
Well, if they do, it's because McMichael has probably told Valentine, you know, I'm comfortable pitching against Alou. Bobby moving the outfield or the infielders back. The outfield's deep for him. They're going to pitch to Alou. Well, he's see now McMichael probably told Bobby, I've had success against Alou. They probably have discussed Bell also.
Everett at third, Bagwell at first, tied in the 10th with 2 out.
You know, it's funny, the 0 for 9, and I know it's still an 0 for 9, but situation like this, good hitter, he's having an MVP season. But McMichael knows himself better than anybody, and you can see Bobby listening and asking questions on the mound. You want your pitcher to pitch to the batter he's comfortable pitching to.
Well, he appears to be pitching around Alou. 2 pitches.
I would walk him there. I wouldn't pitch around anybody in a situation like this. You mentioned the ball in the dirt. McMichael's strength is down low. He gets good ball movement. The ball diving into the dirt. I would just, if you're going to pitch around Alou, walk him.
Each of the first 2 pitches have been low and away. But that one hits the outside corner.
Alou didn't like it. I don't blame him. Look where this ball, oh boy. That's caught a break on that pitch right there from McMichael, but that's the strike zone. Everybody catches a break there.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Slowly hit, but it kicks foul. So now the count even. Probably even more of a temptation from Michael to throw that pitch in the dirt.
Yep.
Make him swing at a bad one, 2-2.
And Mike is aware that he's got to get down there and block that ball. Well, this has been a terrific series. And he did a fine job last night without his good stuff. Al Leiter pitched very well. Todd Hundley with a bat in his hand.
Hoping he'll need it. That's up to McMichael. The 2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3. Well, shouldn't it be?
And how are you hitting on the nose? That ball down low. And you saw that ball movement. Mike caught the ball before it hit the dirt. Todd Pratt's aware of McMichael's ball movement. He has caught him. I wouldn't throw this guy a strike.
Bagwell will have an automatic start at first, which could negate a forced play at second. And the payoff pitch. They'll do it again.
It's clear that Alou is not taking good swings against Greg McMichael. We showed you the graphic. 0 for 9 career-wise against McMichael.
And McMichael's best pitch is going to fall out of the strike zone.
Yep. Just like John Franco's best pitch.
In all likelihood, a night off for John, but we thought that about a couple of others the last 2 days. Rules change this time of year. Again, it'll be a payoff pitch to Alou. Inside, bases loaded.
Well, that's okay. Alou didn't have good swings, but he doesn't have over 100 RBIs for no reason whatsoever. He's a good hitter. Now, Gutierrez is the type of, he's having a solid year, batting .269. Not necessarily an RBI guy. And your nervous system reacts differently when you have to drive in runs.
So Derek Bell is an option here. Of course, Biggio won't factor in unless we go past this 10th inning. But Ricky Gutierrez. Remember, Gutierrez is a cold hitter to an extent. I mean, Derek Bell would be also coming off the bench to pinch hit. Gutierrez got into the game in the 9th inning. That's where Mike Hampton had the lead. So Bell will spectate. Nowhere to put Gutierrez. The Mets 3, the Astros 3. Last of the 10th inning. Bases loaded and 2 out. Everett the only one that matters at third. High, 1-0. You get McMichael to pitch from behind. It's harder for him to throw that ball into dirt, and that's a big advantage for the hitter.
And as a catcher, you don't want the pitcher to be too fine in a situation like this. You can't walk.
The 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. Huge advantage here for Gutierrez, because McMichael just about has to come in with a fastball.
And you can see Mike Piazza giving a target in one area and having to reach for the ball. One thing you have to do, you can't give the take a chance target, the target that's off the plate. You got to give the target that's in the strike zone.
No strikes and nowhere to put him. Does he take 2?
Well, I know one thing, he's taking here. Maybe 2, but you know, I would have to take 1.
Does anybody have any fingernails left?
I'm biting mine and I'm in the booth.
(3-0), bases loaded, 2 out, tie game. And just does get back. Everett was trying to distract McMichael. He had come bursting down the line, and McMichael and Alfonso were aware of it, and they almost nailed him.
Nice try, and Everett just got that. Would that have been something?
You know what? I mean, you can understand on one point Everett trying to distract him, but where is he going? It's 3-0. What are you trying to draw?
Yeah. No place. Mike Covit's now telling him to stay close. I don't blame him. He's not going to bark from the stretch.
3-0 pitch. He got one over. Now he's got to get at least another one.
Well, Larry Dirk is the type of manager that will allow the player to play. Won't take the bat out of his hand. So I would say that Gutierrez might be swinging the bat unless he decides to take it on his own.
It's out of your hands now, Bobby. It'll be a 3-1 pitch to Gutierrez. Well,
I'll tell you, he came back 2 good strikes.
Give credit to McMichael. Whatever happens on this next pitch, he was behind 3-0. Got to appreciate this.
Brad's enjoying this game.
Now the rules change again because Gutierrez has to swing the bat. And the payoff pitch. Now why not? Foul off 5 or 6 more. Who wants to see this end?
We're having a good time on the Met bench.
How can you not?
Oh, this has been a great ball game.
Caption there should be pinch-and schmention. There's fun too. Lima looks like he's got half a Mousquetaire shot. Biting off nails, he might as well be biting off ears too. Again, a payoff pitch to Gutierrez.
Oh, boy. And Everett makes the play on a foul ball, flips it into the seats. You don't see that very often. The runner at third base barehands the foul ball and just fires it into the stands. Lima's ready for anything.
Oh, you don't need a rally tap anymore. It'll be a 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded. Oh! Now it's official. Piazza steps on home plate.
What a pitching effort by Greg McMichael.
So he was behind 3-0 with the bases loaded. And comes back to get Gutierrez. So, stick around. We're going a little longer. No runs, no hits, 3 walks. The bases stay loaded. The 11th inning is coming up.
Like a wireless phone?
Come here. Free phone if you sign up today, plus a zillion free minutes. Off-peak only, after a monthly service charge, which I change it will. Sign here.
What's this?
You're indebted to me forever, yada, yada, yada.
A contract?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
At OmniPoint, we have no contract to sign and no hidden charges. So there's nothing to be afraid of.
Look, I'm going to let you keep your firstborn.
OmniPoint. Clear sound, straight deal.
For custom-tailored wireless, call 1-800-BUY-OMNI.
Today, we could be part of someone's wedding. Tomorrow, we could help Lisa Powell win a new account. This evening, we might bring sweethearts together. Because every day, every one of us is personally involved in connecting every one of you to your reason for flying. And we all have the same reason for doing it well. You. Delta Airlines, on top of the world.
On Tuesday, September 22nd, championship boxing returns to the Garden. Angel Man Freddy, knockout winner in 15 of his last 17 fights, defends his title against John Brown. And lightweight champion Sugar Shane Mosley, 28-0 with 26 knockouts, battles #1 contender Eduardo Morales. Don't miss TNT Title Night, live from Madison Square Garden. TNT's coverage begins Tuesday, September 22nd at 9. Tickets on sale now at the Garden box office and through all Ticketmaster outlets.
So we're going to the 11th inning, which means the Mets will get the top of their order to face Sean Bergman, who will become the new pitcher for the Houston Astros. However, Greg McMichael had to do yeoman work just to get us here.
Well, McMichael under all kinds of pressure, and Gutierrez swinging at a ball that dropped out of the strike zone. And Mike Piazza dropped it but tagged home plate. These Mets, they're ready to stay here. Oh, you look at Todd Pratt yelling, step on home. The Mets are ready to stay here all night.
So Sean Bergman, who may be the odd man out of their pitching rotation during the postseason, throws strike one to Tony Phillips. Tony in this game 1 for 5. Mets have out-hit the Astros 12 to 5. And Phillips lifts one to center. Easy for Everett. 1 man away. Think about that strikeout now with that ball in the dirt. All Piazza had to do was step on home plate to make it official. But if Everett had really busted it down the line, who knows?
I mean, all you got to do is tag home plate. But Everett has great speed. Because of his speed, he ended up going from first to third. He stole second. The ball was thrown away. He got the third, but it helped the Mets.
Breaking ball high to Alfonso. Bergman enters this game as part of a double switch. Sean Bergman will bat in the 6th position. And the Astros have a new third baseman, Russ Johnson. Tim Bogart goes back to shortstop. Inside to Alfonso, 2-0.
You think about last inning, Everett goes, if Everett stays on first, McMichael pitches to Bagwell. Bagwell has enough power to hit the ball out. Everett goes all the way to third. They walk Bagwell.
That's hit hard. But Bogart throws out Alfonso, 2 away.
So that stolen base could have been a break for the Mets.
So with McMichael having done his job in the pitcher's spot 2 up, now it'll be Todd Hundley. So Hundley bats for Greg McMichael. Well, McMichael got the first 2, walked Everett, and then it really got hairy. Outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Todd 2 for 7 with a home run in his career against Bergman. 2-0 to Hundley. And remember, if Todd can get on, Mike Piazza will be on that, will be up next. Nothing doing yet in San Diego.
He's got to throw him a fastball.
And he fouls it back, 2-1.
I'm telling you, the pitcher and the catcher will look on deck. That will dictate what you're going to throw. You're going to see Piazza on deck. He's hit a 3-run home run in this ball game, and you want no part of it. Todd Hundley still rehabbing from that operation on his elbow. What's running through Bobby Valentine's mind?
High fly ball, deep center field.
Yes.
Everett to the wall. That's a gunner. Todd Hundley, a pinch hit home run. The Mets are winning by a score of 4-3.
This is incredible. Hundley hammers a ball over 400 feet from home plate. He got his pitch. They had to go after him. And boy, did he take advantage.
Have the big boys come through tonight? Hundley and Piazza, a celebratory bunt.
He hammered that ball.
Well, you wonder sometimes if things are meant to be. Mike Piazza, who made things be very nice for the New York Mets in the 9th inning. Looks at ball 1 from Bergman. Now you want to look ahead to the bottom of the 11th? The Astros will be scheduled to send up the bottom third of their order. Brad Ausmus, who homered to tie the game of the 9th. Tim Bogart, and Russ Johnson.
Here's that home run fastball that was down, and Todd knew it had a shot, and he saw it go over that wall. Home run, Todd Hundley.
And
another huge hit for Hundley.
Welcome to the 1998 season, Todd Hundley. So it took him 5.5 months.
That's been a tough year for Todd. I mean, he tried to do something that was very, very difficult to do. Play another position and do it in New York and do it in the major leagues.
He ups and down on strikes.
What a ball game.
Well, we're going to the bottom of the 11th inning. The Mets have a 1-run lead. And here's the reason why. They're getting tired of jumping up and down.
From the great spans that leap across the rivers to the gentle footpaths of the park, New York is a city of bridges. Still, there never seem to be enough. So American Airlines is building new ones. More than 220 every business day. Across the land and across the sea. To Los Angeles, London, Lima, Peru. Extending from the New York City area's 6 airports to over 250 cities all over the world. A bridge is more than stone and steel. And an airline is more than a fleet of planes. Yet both can take you where you want to go. American Airlines, New York's bridge to the world. Break through to the new world of Mach 3 from Gillette. The first triple blade shaving system. 3 blades specially positioned to shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3. So you don't have to shave the same area over and over, which means less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
Well, Todd Hundley has made his presence felt dramatically in the last few days.
Here's the home run, a fastball, and that was a good pitch, and Hundley raked it over the center field wall. And the dugout went crazy. The congratulations from Mike Piazza, and the Met dugout went wild.
Just like you fucking practiced.
I don't blame him.
So Todd Hundley is back emphatically. And Brad Ausmus fouls the first pitch back, and look who's pitching. So Hundley can relax for a couple of minutes, if anybody can relax around here. Todd hasn't felt that kind of support all year. I mean, certainly his teammates supported him during his left field days, but this is different. And Turk Wendell throws a nasty slider to get in front of Ausmus, 0-2. His arm was barely hanging from its shoulder before, or at least his entire limb seemed to be down around his ankle, but
he's young.
Nope. When I asked Turk before the game, can you face a batter? He kind of rolled his eyes. And he said, well, if they need me, they need him. And that ball lined towards the left field line foul. Remember, it was Ausmus who hit the 1-out home run in the 9th inning off of Dennis Cook to tie the game. Still 0-2 now, the Astros catcher.
Well, Turk's reaction to this ball, he hung a slider. He got away with one right there. Ausmus hit that ball hard, so he's throwing him a nasty slider on the black, and then he hung a slider.
Amazing. Bob Apodaca said, no way about Wendell for tonight. Yes, way. And the 0-2 upstairs.
Good fastball right there. Took him back at that slider. Turk Wendell on Monday, 34 pitches, 18 pitches in game 1 yesterday, and 29 pitches in game 2.
Osmus down on strikes, one away.
And he threw him the slider in good location. Osmus looking out at Wendell because of his antics on the mound. Throws in good location, down, ball breaking. Now Osmus will look out at Wendell because of him jumping around on the mound.
It's not like Wendell's a rookie either.
I know, but you know what? Hitters hate this. I mean, hitters are criticized for styling around the bases.
Turk Wendell was telling Matt Lachlan earlier today that he, meaning Turk, was really ticked off at the way Derek Bell admired that home run. So they're ticking each other off. It's been that kind of series. Dave Clark will pinch hit for Tim Bogart. Remember, Larry Dierker, the Astros manager, still has Derek Bell available. Although Russ Johnson is now on deck. He is in the game as the third baseman. Came in that double switch we told you about with Bergman. So Wendell to Clark. No balls, one strike. Dave Clark has made a pretty good living in his career against the New York Mets. Todd Hundley probably salvaged his whole season.
Yeah, what a
last 4 days.
Yeah, what a great story. He took a big chance going down and playing left field and rushing back, and he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to play the outfield, and who knows if he'll ever be ready to do that. That's a tough adjustment. You're a catcher your whole career, and you have to go in the outfield. But what a big home run here in Houston.
1-2 now to Clark. You know, we showed you the graphic a moment ago about Turk Wendell's pitch count the last couple of days. Just to put into perspective how uncharacteristic this is for Bobby Valentine to use a pitcher the day after the kind of workload he had yesterday. Turk threw 47 pitches yesterday. Bobby's rule of thumb is one of my relievers throws that many pitches, he's getting 2 days off. 30 pitches are around there, 1 day off. 45 or more, 2 days off. But Wendell ahead here, 1-2, throws a slider to even the count. It's all about heart this time of year. One thing we've seen from Wendell, he's got plenty of it. Got him! Another nasty breaking ball. So Wendell has struck out the first two.
Well, he struck out Osmus on a nasty ditch, and then he gets Clark. The slider down and out of the strike zone. Good movement on that slider, almost in the dirt. Well, Wendell has shown us he can throw that slider. And reaction from Todd Hundley, who could go as the man with the game-winning hit.
0-1 to Johnson. Remember, this kid's just up from AAA. Johnson hasn't seen the steady diet of sliders that Wendell has been feeding right-hand hitters. There's another one, but it misses. The 1-1 pitch. Rip. Will it stay fair? Nope. And the count 1-2. Wendell a strike away from ending it.
Bobby Valentine has got to be emotionally exhausted. Last night he was exhausted after the doubleheader. Spoke glowingly about his team after that second game.
I'll tell you what. Tell me Bobby didn't look like that ball had double written all over it. Yeah, I think he gave up on it, and then he thought, you know what? Let some body English decide it. Todd had far less of that body English.
And Turk Wendell had some body English.
So it's 1-2 with 2 out.
Find out if the player out of the minors can hit that slider. Now that's a hanger. You don't want him to hit that one.
You know what? If Bobby used Grecian formula before the game started, he'd still be back to Greg. Todd's got a little way to go before that, though. And the 2-2 pitch. Sooner or later. Yeah, they're yelling balk with nobody on base. Listen, if you can't sell Bob Davidson on a balk, you can't sell anybody.
He's something if he called a balk at that.
He's just the guy who can do it. So here we go again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
See Piazza shake his head. There's that slider.
Oh, he's throwing a 3-2 slider.
Well, he's got Biggio coming up. Johnson's a kid who played in the minor leagues. You know he can hit the fastball. To get to the big leagues, you got to be able to hit the fastball. Biggio can hit anything.
It'll be a payoff pitch. Put it in the box. Turk Wendell strikes out the side, and the Mets win it.
What a ball game the Mets play again tonight. Look at Turk Wendell. Todd Hundley, the game-winning hit, a home run, 400-foot blast over the center field wall, and Mike Piazza, you should smile. A 3-run home run on Billy Wagner. Turk Wendell's going to kill somebody out there.
Unless Todd kills him first.
These guys should celebrate. Boy, they played a terrific series here in Houston. Now they go back and open up a 5-game homestand at Shea starting Friday night. Smiles all around except in that dugout.
These guys will make some notes in case those guys are their opponents next month. An incredible series over 3 days, 4 games, and a different hero every inning, never mind every night.
And Todd Hundley coming off the bench. And it has been a struggle for Todd this year, most importantly, emotionally. He steps up and hits a home run over the 400-foot mark. Game-winning home run in a crucial ball game for the Mets. They come into Houston, play one of the best teams in the National League, and win 3 out of 4. That plane ride should be a very happy trip back to New York. Here's the last out. He struck out the side, a 3-2 slider from Turk Wendell. Johnson chasing that slider. And what an inning for Turk.
The biggest strikeout for a Met pitcher in this building since Jesse Orozco got Kevin Bass.
And you can't forget what Mike Piazza did tonight, the 3-run home run. Bobby Valentine's reaction. He's got to be really emotionally drawn. Trying to control his emotions through this game is tiring. Todd Hundley's reaction in the Met dugout. Boy, you gotta love this game of baseball watching this series here in Houston.
So Todd Hundley, one of 2 Met heroes, getting set to chat with Matt Loughlin. Let's go downstairs here at the Astrodome.
Well, Todd Hundley, hero number 1. Mike Piazza, hero number 2. It was Mike's home run in the 9th inning that gave the Mets a lead. And then it was Todd's home run in the 11th inning that gave them a victory. Let's first turn to you, Mike. 3-run shot, man against man. Billy Wagner with all that heat. Man, what a showdown.
I can't take this anymore. I mean, it's really nerve-wracking. These games have been unbelievable. And, you know, you got to give credit to all of our guys. I mean, I was just fortunate to, you know, get a pitch to drive. And, you know, I mean, he supplies all the power for you. I was just trying to, you know, make good contact, and he throws so hard that, I mean, you try to muscle up on him, you're going to miss it. So, fortunately, I got a pitch to drive.
Well, we're going to take a look at it one more time. It's a sweet homer.
You know, it was out of way, and I just kind of you know, laid the bat on the ball, and, you know, fortunately, he threw hard enough. I got it up in the plants up there.
Second monstrous home run you've hit in this series. Talk about this series, the back-and-forth nature, the drama, and the Mets winning 3 out of 4.
It's like I said, I mean, I'm just hoping that we can stay composed because, I mean, if we keep having games like this, I mean, even if we get to the playoffs, we're going to be kind of blown out. So, I mean, again, our guys are just battling, and got to give credit Bobby Jones. I mean, he got roughed up a little bit, but he hung in there and gave us a lot of good innings tonight, gave the bullpen a little bit of a rest. So, I mean, he did a great job.
Well, he did, the team did, and they come away with the victory. Mike, congratulations on your heroic.
Thank you.
And now the man who won the ball game for the Mets with his monstrous home run to center field. I've been using that term a lot, monstrous home runs, but there have been a lot of big ones, Todd Hundley. And as Howie Rose said, when you hit the home run, welcome back to the National League and pennant race baseball.
That's what it's all about, Matt. Tell you the truth, this, you know, like Mike said, this series has just been, you know, so tough, so nerve-wracking. And it's good just to get out of here, go home. We have a long plane ride, so that was my main goal. Let's go home, let's win the ball game, and get out of here, and get home in a decent hour.
We're going to bring you a little more into the light and shine a light on that face that helped the Mets to a victory. Let's talk about that home run. Sean Bergman comes in. You're in a pinch hitting role. You're swinging for the fences?
Well, man, I was just trying to hit it hard. And
how did you hit that one? That's a golf shot.
Yeah, I knew that was going. I down the way, pitched down the way, and I knew I got on the barrel. And the extra BP and the extra work is starting to pay off.
What a wonderful week it has been for you. You return behind the plate on Sunday. You're involved in the game-ending play against Montreal. And here you are involved in the game-winning hit against the Astros.
Well, I'm just, Matt, like I said, when I came back, just looking to contribute, to help this team out in any way possible. And, you know, that's what we're doing. You know, we're kind of flying by night right now and just doing whatever I can do. And yeah, it feels good to come up and hit a game-winning home run.
Well, it feels good in any circumstance, but can you put into words what it means, given all you've been through this year, and the fact that you had to go back down to the minor leagues, you got behind the plate for Norfolk, you came up, weren't really sure how many at-bats or how many games you'd get down the stretch here, and to be able to come through, I mean, it's been a crazy wild year.
Oh, Matt, no, it's been, yeah, it has been a very tough year for me. But you know, but I got to put all that aside and just accept my role on the team. And you know, blowing out my elbow last year and going through surgery, it's been a crazy year. But I've got to take my personal things, leave them at home, and come to the ballpark ready to play. And in whatever position I'm put in, try and contribute and do my best. That's, you know, I got to leave all my personal stuff at home, but this is fun.
Yeah, sweet indeed for the Mets. Todd Hundley with that home run, giving the Mets the 4-3 victory here against the Houston Astros. Now back to New York. Shea should be packed. The fans should come out to cheer on this club now.
I hope so. I mean, this is, like I said, Matt, this is what it's all about. This is what we want as players and what the fans in New York want. So, yeah, we're looking for a packed house at home for a couple days, and you know, it'd be good just get home and see my wife and kids. I've been on the road for about a month now, so I just want to get home and see them and get back to the house.
All right, Hot Rod, congratulations on the game-winning homer.
Thanks.
It'll be a short ride, seemingly so, fellas, as the Mets head back to New York. 3 out of 4 here in Houston. They were all gems.
Tell you what, Matty, after this series, they may not need that plane to get home. 4-3 in 11 innings. They take 3 out of 4 from the Astros, each one dramatically. And the Mets now will do some scoreboard watching. Take a look at this, though. A couple of big flies from a couple of big-time players. Mike Piazza and Todd Hundley. We're coming back to the Astrodome in Houston for more of our post-game coverage as the New York Mets have defeated the Houston Astros 4-3 in 11 innings. And don't forget that guy, Turk Wendell.
One.